Hello everyone, this is Professor Maloney, and today I'm going to demonstrate doing Microsoft Word Module 1 project. Okay, so I've already demonstrated via a video recording a few days ago doing modules 1 through 4 in Microsoft Word, training tasks from the 4 modules of training. I demonstrated, I believe it was 5 tasks in each of those 4 modules. So I demonstrated a total of 20 different tasks out of the 125 or 135 that you guys are responsible for doing, for this part of the class, this module 2 part of the class, which is on Microsoft Word. Now, so when you do your training tasks, okay, especially for Word and Excel, and really ultimately Access and PowerPoint as well, those tasks are way different. Well, they're way more involved than the ones you did with Windows 10, because Windows 10, there's only 21 tasks, okay? And the exam was basically, those 21 tasks. Well, with Word, there's 125 or 135. It's one or the other. Tasks total, from those 4 modules. Well, the exam will be somewhere between 30 and 40 tasks. So obviously, to prepare for an exam of 30 to 40 tasks, you need to do 125 or 135 tasks, and you also get graded for those, those lessons, so you must do them anyway. But point being, in addition to the trainings for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, not Access, but PowerPoint, Excel, and Word, you also have to do 3 projects for each of those modules as well. So 4 trainings and 3 module projects for Word, 4 trainings and 3 projects for Excel, and 4 trainings and it may be 2 projects for PowerPoint, I'm not sure, but I'll just say 3 just in case, okay? And that's a lot of work. Now you get a few weeks for these things, yes, but that's a lot of work, so please pay attention and please make sure you're doing your work well, okay? So the projects are the most difficult things you'll be doing, but they're based on the trainings that you do. Like there's Module 1 training, and there's Module 1 project, then Module 2 training, Module 2 project, Module 3 training, Module 3 project. Then there's Module 4 training, but there's no project for Module 4. What I'm demonstrating in this video is Module 1 project. There's like 14 steps involved, maybe 15, maybe 13, but 13, 14, 15. I'm going to demonstrate doing about 5 of them, okay? But that will give you enough experience and enough familiarity with what you have to do to enable you to then complete the, that project and submit it for grading. One of the many good things is that you also get to do each project 3 times if necessary. So if you do it once and you get 100, then please don't do it again, because you have plenty of other things to do. But if you do it once and you get a 20, you need to do it again. If you do it a second time and you get a 50, you need to do it again. If you do it a third time and you get a 70, ideally you should do it again, but you're out of tries then. But if you send me an email, Professor Maloney, or not email, if you send me an email, Professor Maloney, I did all 3 Module 1 projects for Word and my highest score was a 70. Can you please delete one of those? And as long as you send that email request while the assignments are still available for Word, I'll say, yeah, sure, I'll be glad to do that. So I don't mind doing that for you. But I'd rather you get it done well the first time so that you don't have to put more effort into it, because these things, are based on the training. So they're pretty easy. And I'm going to demonstrate, like I said, part of the project right now. All right. Okay. So let's get over to MindTap. So I have to share my screen. Hide that. Let's make sure I am in fact recording. I am recording. Let's make sure I am in fact sharing. I am in fact sharing. So I'm already in MindTap. All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and go over there. Now remember what I said basically for the last couple recordings. So my recordings are for 3 classes. I'm teaching a class that's Monday only. I'm teaching a class that's Wednesday only. I'm teaching a class that's Tuesday and Thursday. So don't worry or fixate on the dates that I talk about, when I click on this Word module. You just, when you're in MindTap for your class, then you click on Word, then when you open Module 1, you'll see when yours is due for the training, and it'll be the same date for the projects, okay? So do not look at this due February 27th. If you're in the Monday morning class, it'll be different. Monday night class, different. And if you're in the Tuesday, Thursday class, it'll be different, okay? All right, but when you are here, regardless of when yours is due, you click Module 1 Project. But before you begin it, you should have done the Module 1 training, I'd say 3 or 4 times, but in the very least 1 time, okay? Because this project is based on this training. And this project is a heck of a lot higher grade than the training. There's 17 trainings in this class. They're worth a total 15% of your class grade. There are 9 projects, so barely half, and they're worth 28% of your class grade. And of course, you know there are 5 exams, and the 5 exams are worth 50% of your class grade. All right, okay, so here I go. I'm going to click on Module 1 Project. So you're going to see right away, you can submit this 3 times. Number of submissions you have remaining. Well, if you haven't done it yet, you have 3 remaining. Click Start to begin the assignment. So you can do it 3 times, but again, try to do as well as you can each time. That way you don't have to do it over unless you need to. So you have to download 3 files, an instruction file, a start file, and then a support file. Okay, so I'm going to click to download each one of these. So download, and then download, and then download. Okay, so in a minute, I'm going to go, fix these things and put them where I want to put them. All right, but then you're going to save the work to SAM, and then we're going to upload the file, and I'm going to do all this in the next, 45 minutes anyway. Okay, and then I'm going to submit it for grading, and the grading is auto graded, so it'll be done very, very quickly. Like within 30 seconds of me clicking the submit button, it'll be graded. All right, but we start over here. So download the files. Now you just saw that I have my files downloaded. So if I go into my downloads, so instructions, and this is called a start file, and this is called a ping file, portable network graphics file, but it's a resource file. So I'm going to take this and this and this, control copy those, okay, and put them over here in my desktop where I have all my desktop where I have all your stuff. So desktop, okay, and MDC, yours obviously wherever you put it. Spring 2022 for me, and CGS 1060 in Homestead. Okay. All right. Replace. Oh, I already downloaded them. All right. So now the instructions file, I'm going to open it up just to let you see what it is. All right. That I don't need that there. Okay. So instructions file. Let me, I got a couple other Word documents open that when I was helping somebody on how to teach her how to do some stuff on her self-assessment. Okay, so this is the instructions. All right, let's see. So it tells you getting started, project steps. These are all, again, easy project steps. It's based on Module 1. Okay, so there are a total of 15 steps. Okay, but some steps have 3 tasks, some 2, more 2, some 1, more with only 1. And then I saw one up here with 4, and then a 3, 2, and another one with 1. All right, so there's different numbers of steps, but each step, meaning the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, they're sort of equal graded. So even if there's 3 parts of it, like A, B, and C, and in this one there's only 1, they're both worth the same amount of points. Okay. All right. So I'll come back to this, but let me show you at the very bottom of the instructions. The very bottom, there's a picture of what your document should look like when you finish it, and this is what you're going to be submitting, something that hopefully looks very close to this, and that's the PNG file, the image file that you're going to be inserting into the document. So now you see where you're going to be inserting it. Okay, different font colors, bulleted lists, picture with different formatting options. Not a whole lot of stuff really, obviously pretty easy. But anyway, I'm going to leave this there, but I'm going to go up to the top. I'm going to go up to the top on it. Okay. And then I'm going to open up the start file. Okay, so this is the start file. And again, open it up and enable editing on it, because this one here is the file I'm going to be creating. Now, what I'm going to do is make this thing where they are the same size. So I'm going to sort of bang this on the right, and then, whoops, the instructions, I'll bang on the left. Bang on the left. Okay, so now you can see the instructions on the left half of my window, and the other document on the right. Now let's look at this picture on the right, And this is the file they've given me. And again, I'll go down to show what it should look like at the end. Again, it's not hard, but so let's just kind of look at it quickly. So you see the Office of Student Financial Aid is in blue or some such color. Here it's in, whatever color this is, burgundy or reddish or some such thing. The picture is much smaller and it's got a border property. It sort of looks curvy around the edges. And this one here is sort of flat, but it's much bigger. So we're obviously going to make this picture here look like this. Financial aid workshops is all in small. We're going to make it all in big. Avery University, we're going to insert, I guess, Avery University here. A couple bullets. Here they're not bullets. And then the same font color as this up here for down here. And then there's no picture here yet, okay? And this one has that picture. So you're going to, make this look, the one on the right, look like the one on the left, okay? But to make it start to look that way, we need to obviously do everything. So first, I'll kind of review the getting started. This will only take a couple minutes. So it says, open the file, SC_WD19_1A, first last name _1. That's this file here. If you look on my right screen, that's this file, okay? What they want me to do is immediately save it with the very same name, but ending in a 2. So here I'm going to go File, Save As. Okay. Now again, I want to go to this PC. You put yours wherever you want to put them. I want to go to Spring 22 and I want to go to Homestead. And now, see, I downloaded this twice. Remember it said? So the thing in the open and close parenthesis with number 2 is not supposed to be there. This is how yours looks. So when you downloaded it, it's SC_WD19_1A_ your first and last name and _1. And we changed the 1 to a 2. Everything else you must leave the same. And note, you do not type .docx, even though on the left screen you see docx, but it's a Word document, and Word documents automatically save as docx. So if I add .docx here, I'm going to have 2 .docx's, and that'll mess it up, and when I upload it, it won't be right. So you save it this way, okay, just that way, and then hit save. So that part's done, all right? See, it says if you do not see the .docx here, let me get that open so you can see it. Do not type it. The program will add the file extension for you automatically as long as you have Word on your computer. And again, I said I want you to have Office 365 Pro Plus, which you can get from the Learning Resources Center at the Homestead campus. You click on it, and then you click the link to get it for free, and you go from there. All right? Okay, it says we also will need this .png file. We have it. I already put it down this other folder, CGS 1060 Homestead, this thing. Okay, so that's the PNG file. If I double click it to open it, again, that's what it is. All right, so I don't need that now, but you will need it when you're inserting it. And then the other one is the SC, this file here, which is what I just renamed the start file that ended in a 1. I renamed it now and saved it ending in a 2. So mine up here ends in a 2. All right, so now we're done. Now it says if the footer, look at the footer, does not display your name, delete the file and download a new one. So it needs to have that, okay? I'll show you on mine. Scroll down. See, this file's created specifically for John Maloney. Yours will say this file created specifically for Jane Doe or John Doe or Fred Williams, whatever, all right? But it will have your name if you're the one that downloaded it and you're the one that signed into MindTap, which you must be for this class, okay? And let me tell you, if you guys cheat, I would hope nobody would cheat, but you might look at this as a pretty easy thing to cheat on. I promise you, if you cheat, the person that helps you and yourself will both get zeros. How will I know? Let me tell you. There's what's called an embedded encryption key that ties in with your name. So if I, as an example, double click in this footer and change my name. Let's just pretend that's someone else in the class. And I save it, and then I do all my work and I upload this file. There is a key in this document that's embedded, but you'll never see it. You wouldn't be able to find it. and it ties into John Maloney. So if it suddenly turns up as Jane Doe, then obviously John Maloney gave it to Jane Doe, and John Maloney would get a 0 and Jane Doe would get a 0. Okay, and I promise I will get a report on any occurrences of this, and there's no excuses. It would be a 0. So please don't tempt yourself. Don't tempt me to give the zeros. Okay, so anyway, now project steps. Here we are. This is where we start doing our work. Let's make this a little bit bigger so I can kind of read it, or you can hopefully see it a little bit better. All right, that's too big, but anyway. All right, so you work in the financial aid department of Avery University, and you're creating a flyer to advertise upcoming financial aid workshops. Begin by making the following changes to the document theme and the theme colors. Okay, so they want me to change the document theme to office. That's step 1A. And then change the document theme colors to red. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Remember, this is the design, this is the instructions on the left. Mine is on the right. Okay, so when I make the changes to the theme colors to red, this as an example will flip over to red. All right, okay, so document theme to office. So you got to figure out, well, where are document themes? Okay, so they're in design. And in design, themes are on the left. So if I click the down arrow for themes, remember, if you don't know this, which you're not supposed to, or you don't need to know it, but you're training. You have to do the training for Module 1 before you do the project for Module 1, okay? Now, they want me to choose the theme that is called Office, okay? So here is Office right here. It's not selected yet. So if I click here, now it's selected. You didn't notice, or you most likely didn't notice, that the document is slightly different now because it's now using the theme called Office. Now watch when I click the down arrow now. See, now Office has that bluish background, meaning it's the one that's selected. Okay, so I changed that. Okay, so then do 1B. Change the document theme colors to red. So the theme colors are also in the same design area. So here's themes and here's colors. So I click the down arrow, okay? And you notice when I click that down arrow, if I hover, it says theme colors, okay? So click this, and you just scroll down and look for red. Now you might say, Professor, there's nothing red in there. Well, actually, that's red. This is a hint of red. This is a hint of red. But you don't worry about it. This is what you're downloading based on, not downloading, implementing. This is what they're telling you. This is red. Now, this now changed. You may not have noticed it, but that changed slightly, okay, to that reddish whatever. Okay, so that's done. So now I'm going to hit save, okay? But I also want to verify that that's still there. So colors, okay, and red. It looks like you can see kind of a border around the red one, not around any others. So if you look as an example just above red violet to where you see red, then you should see a very thin bluish border on this red one. Okay, you don't see it on any of the others. So I've got the right theme done. All right. So I've done 1A and 1B, which means I should get 1/15 or 1/14, whatever number of steps I had credited to me when I upload the file. All right. Okay, next, change the margins to narrow to fit more content on the page. So now I got to go to margins. Well, margins aren't in design. I believe they're in layout, but if not, I'll find it by clicking. But layout, okay, here's margins. Click margins, and they want me to make this one narrow. Here is narrow. See, this one that has the border is custom margins. That's the one that we're on right now. But I'm going to go to what they said, which is narrow, which is this one. Change margin to narrow. Now, when I click it, it'll again slightly change. Okay. All right, so that's changed a little bit. All right. And again, I'm going to hit my save button. Okay, so I've done 1A, 1B, and 2. Now, next one, make the picture of the students more eye-catching and suitable for the layout as follows. So they want me to resize the picture. They want me to apply a picture style to the picture. And they want me to apply some glow picture effect to the picture. Okay, so I've got 3A, B, C, and C to do. So to do anything with the picture, I have to click the picture. When I click the picture, then there's going to be a picture format tab up here. Okay, so watch, I'll click the picture. And now over here on this right side, there's picture format. Okay. Now, when I click it, it's going to then show me all these things are here in the picture format tools option. All right. So I want to resize the picture to a height of 2.5 inches. So if you see over here, size, this one here is width, because you can tell it's width, it's wider. Like this number 6.5 inches is bigger than this one, 4.33. And when you hover, it says height. Okay. So they said in the instructions on the left, resize the picture to a height of 2.5 inches. So all I got to do is come over here and click in here and type 2.5, leave the double quote mark, that means inches, okay? And once you do that and click away, now that picture also changed the width. They didn't tell us to change the width, but they're auto synchronized so that if you change the height, the width changes. If you change the width, the height would change. But this size now, let's go to the bottom of the document, is the size they want it to be. You see that now? This actually on the right looks a little bit smaller to me, but it is 2.5 inches, so it is correct. This one is probably because of this border and some of the themes, the effects that we're about to do. All right, so now I click on the picture again to get up here where I've got picture tools, picture form or format tools. All right, okay, so I did 1A, so now I got to go back to the top. I did 3A. Now I have to apply. 3B says apply the center shadow rectangle picture style. Well, here it says picture styles. Remember, you need to be in the picture. So picture styles, and there's quick styles. I'll go to, it's still picture style. So I'll click here and I'm looking for center shadow rectangle. So this looks like a rectangle, thick matte. This looks like a rectangle, moderate, whatever. Center shadow. Okay, the way to probably do it is just start up here and just go each one, like when you stay and hover on it, it tells you what it is. Okay, but that's a rectangle, but this is the one that's center shadow rectangle. So I click it. Okay, now you might have noticed that it changed a little bit. I think now it's got that little grayish edge around it, whatever. Okay, so that's 3B. Now I have to apply 3C, the glow picture effect. Okay, so again over here, click on it. So now I'm looking for picture effects. So it's in picture styles. Okay, so in here is picture border. It's not there. In here, picture effects. So it's in here. And I want glow 5-point brown, accent 6. So where was I? Here. Yeah, picture effects. Okay, so in here. And here's glow. So I click on glow. And when I click on glow, I want 5-point brown, accent color 6. So I'll just start up here and then go down as need be and over as need be. So this is 5-point. So the size is right, or the whatever the point thing is. But I want brown accent color. That's orange. That's orange. That's brown accent color 4. I want brown accent color 6. That's brown accent 5. So this is brown accent 6. Okay. So glow 5-point brown accent color 6. I click it. Okay. So now I have the same effect there as I have down here. This one still, it may look bigger because I'm seeing all this, whatever the heck this thing is here. Like the picture is a little bit different, but for sure the picture looks the same now. You know, look at her as an example. You see part of her shoulder, little tiny bit, and this guy down where his shirt is almost at this thing, and you can see it's got a tiny little space, a little bit, and then under their feet you got a little bit. So I mean, it looks right because it is right because we did the step. Okay, all right. So now I did 3, and I said I would do 5. So I'm going to now do draw attention to the flyer's headline paragraph, financial aid workshops. Okay, so I now have to obviously do something on that, and I'm going to do it now. So change the paragraph spacing before to 12 point. All right, so I don't need to be in the picture anymore. Now I need to be in this financial aid workshops. Since they put it in double quotes here, that means they want me to select it, okay, or at least be in it. But I'm going to go ahead and select it. All right, so let's select it to the yes. Okay, so I selected that. Now, change the paragraph spacing before to 12 point. Well, here's paragraph. You see paragraph? So click paragraph. And there's a lot of paragraph things. Like here is line spacing or whatever. So it's probably in here. But you can also do this thing here. It's called paragraph settings. It's really a dialogue launcher. It just gives you more choices. So I can probably do it from here. But since I got to do 12 point, then 6 point, then uppercase, and 28 point, I'm just going to go in on this to see what it gives me. So here's spacing, and it's paragraph spacing. That's what we want. So paragraph spacing. And it says before to 12 point. Right now it's 0 point. So I can change it there, or I can just click the up arrow. Okay, change it by 6 at a time. So 6, there's 12 point. So that's, I changed the paragraph spacing before to 12 point. Now it says change the paragraph spacing after, that's the next one, to 6 point. So again, I'll go up, but only one time. So that's that. So now I want to change the case. So case won't be in here. So now I'll just, actually it might be in text. I just saw text somewhere. Thought I saw text. Anyway, all right, so I'll just say okay. So that's done, but I'm going to leave it selected. Okay. And now on the home tab is where you find your font, right? So I want, I want case actually, which is still in the font group. Okay. So in here, I want the dialogue launcher again. The reason I'm not getting everything is because I'm using only half the screen. Like if I make this other thing over here a little smaller, well, make this one bigger. Okay. Now it still won't give me everything, but normal, like now you see more when I click the down arrow, right? So they want me to make that all uppercase, and that's over here in this thing here. Increase font size. No, it's this one then. Change case, and I want uppercase. See, so change space here on this down arrow. Click capitalize each word. Oops, wait, sorry. What did I just say? Where is it? Oh, this one. Uppercase. All right, so it's all uppercase. And then so A, I changed to 12 point for paragraph spacing before. B, I changed paragraph spacing after to 6 point. I changed it now to uppercase, this word, these 3 words, which were lowercase. And now they want me to make the font size 28 point for that. So click here and just type 28, or you can again click the down arrow. Okay, so that's done. And now I'm going to save that. All right, so I've done steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I said I would do 5. So now it says copy. Now I need to move this back over again. Not getting it all. Okay, copy the text Avery University from the heading paragraph beginning financial aid. All right, so they said copy the text. So I'm going to select Avery University here to copy the text. So control copy that. Okay, and then paste it in the blank paragraph after the financial aid workshops. So here's financial aid workshops. So just click below it. Okay, and paste it. So control V, right? And let me see if I got to change the what it's going to do by looking at this, see if they told me anything else. So 5, copy the text and then paste it. Okay, they didn't tell me to do anything else with this control, meaning if I click here, there's options. They didn't tell me to do anything. So I'm going to save it now, okay? And I've done 5 steps. You guys will then do step 6, bold the date, create a bulleted list, add the words requesting the to this. So you just follow along. It's all easy, all very, very easy, okay? All right, so now I'm going to close my instructions, okay? Make this one big now. Now, you know what? I don't want to make it too big. All right, leave it like that. Hit my save one more time. Now, I'm going to be uploading this file. Remember, you can see that I saved it to a number 2. You need to make sure you change yours to number 2 and know where it's at. So hit save one more time, close it. You must close it because you're going to upload the file to Mine tab. All right, so now I'm going to go back to Mine tab. Okay. So remember, I did the download of the instructions. I did the download of the start file. I renamed the start file to end in a 2. I did not type .docx. If you have Office on your computer, it knows it's a .docx file, so you do not add that. Okay, but you change the 1 to a 2. And then I have this file, but I didn't need it because I'm only doing 5 steps. So then it says click. So step 2, save work to SAM. I want to bring the file I just worked on right here. So it says click or drag and drop. I'm a clicker. So I'll click here. Okay. And now I have to go into the same spot. You know, if it brought me somewhere else, it doesn't matter, right? You have to go into wherever you have the file. So anyway, and then I want the one that ends in a 2, which is this one. And just look at the time. My computer says 1:31, 4:56. So it's for sure this one here, right? And then you look at it when you click it. That's the one with the name I want. So I'm going to say open. So now it's brought it over here for me. Okay. So it says expected file name is SC_WD19_1A_ John Maloney_2. Don't worry about the .docx. Okay, that's what it's expecting. And then it's saying the saved file, meaning the one I clicked and dragged over and browsed to bring over, is the same one. I haven't verified that. I mean, they haven't verified yet, but I put it here. I mean, I clicked it, put it here, and then it's saying it's saved. Okay. So now I click submit, and I'll have a score in a few seconds. Okay. Submission successfully graded. To resubmit the project, remember, you get to do this 3 times. This says attempt 1. And then up here it says 2 of 3 submissions remaining. Well, I'm not going to do it again. But in your case, if you stopped after 5 steps, you're going to need to do it again because you're not going to get that many points. I said I did about 1/3 of it, right? So now I want the graded summary report. So I'm going to click here. And then it's going to download that file. And now this time I want to open it. I don't need to bring it anywhere. I just want to see what I got. And here it is. I got a 30 out of 100. Let's make it bigger again. So enable. Make it on the zoom a little bit bigger. Okay. So here is what I did. All right. So remember, there's 15 steps. See, I didn't do 15, so I got 3 X's. Didn't do 14, I got 2 X's. Didn't do 13, I got 2 X's. Didn't do 12, I got 2 X's. Didn't do 11, got 2 X's. 10 and 9 were only 1, and 8, they were only 1. So I got 1 X and 8, 9, and 10, but it's still X. 7 was also X. 6, I got an X. I didn't do it. Now 5, I did it, and I got it right because it says green check. Okay. And I got 6 points. Let's make this bigger again. 6 points. The one above it, 4, step 4, I got 4 check marks. So I did it right. I got 6 points again. Okay. 3, they gave me credit for all 3 because I resized the picture. I applied a picture style. I applied a picture effect. I got 6 out of 6. Okay. 2, there's only one thing to do, and I still got the same 6 out of 6. So you see, these little ones seem unfair, especially if they're easy. But of course, based on that, you want to maybe do all of them quick. Anyway, and then the first one, I got 2 checks. So I got a 6 out of 6 on the first 5, which I did. But if you multiply 15, which is how many steps there are, by 6, 15 times 6, if you're good in math, is a 90. Well, we need to get 100 points, okay? So in the other 10 steps, they're all worth 7 now. So if you got 10 that are worth 7 points, 10 sevens are 70, and 5 that are worth 6 points, so 5 sixes are 30, 70 and 30 is 100. So that's why they had to change it to make it work. All right. Anyway, so I got the score that I should have got, a 30, because that's all I did. You just keep working on it. But now let me explain one more thing before I stop this recording. All right. First of all, I am going to save this file though. And I'm going to go ahead and let it go in that same spot. Actually, I should have, just in case you guys, somebody like in office hours asked me to do something about it or whatever. So I'm going to go into my MDC. Actually, this is the folder, I think. Yeah, and here, and I'll just say report. And I don't need that at the end of it, but I just want to make sure I see the report. All right, so that's there now. But now here's the thing. If you stop to take a break, okay, remember this. You saved the file. Well, I mean, you saved it in your computer somewhere, right? Here's the one I did, right here that's selected. So that is done, and I finished it at 4:56 p.m. on the 31st, okay? So it's done. Now, the real thing, though, is this. If I want to restart it, that's an if. And same in your case, but you open the report that you get after you submit it for grading, and then if you notice, oh, okay, I got 1 right. Oh, I got 2 right. Oh, I got 3 right. I got 4 right. I got 5 right. So if you want to resubmit it, you don't need to redo the 5 you've done because it's already on your computer. Just remember where it is. okay, and make sure it ends in a number 2, right? Then I would just go and open the same document and then go to number 6. And what do I do? Gee whiz, bold the date. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. And they tell you in the paragraph that begins that to use the same formatting as with the other dates in the document. So then that would be done. Then number 7, also one step. Create a bulleted list beginning with this paragraph, okay, and ending with the paragraph, this one. So that may be 3 or 4 or 2 or 5. Who knows how many little items it is, but you're going to then convert that to a bulleted list. And then you're going to format the paragraph. You're just going to do those things, right? And let's say you get down to number 8 and then you submit it again. Well, then based on 8 out of 15, if you do it correctly, you're probably going to get now maybe a 58 or 60, something like that on it, but you'd still have to do it again, right? Now, alternatively, let's say you do it the whole project, which is what you should do when you upload it for grading. So you do all 15 steps, but maybe you got, let's say, 13 wrong, okay? And maybe, number 13. And maybe you got number 11 wrong, and maybe everything else is right, okay? So that means you'd lose 7 and 7 is 14 points. So you'd have an 86, but you wouldn't need to look at the ones where you get the green check marks, right? Meaning the ones like my first 5 where I got my green check marks. So if I said number 11 was one that perhaps you'd gotten wrong, let's say you'd got this wrong. So this would be in red. And maybe it's only one of the 2 steps that are in red. But either way, you open up your file again, wherever that darn file is, right here. Open it up and then look specifically for that. Emphasize the workshop list from the paragraph grants to the paragraph beginning with work study. So you just look at what they're saying here, and then they got an A and a B for you. Change the font, and then change the font color. And they're telling you what to do in each case, right? So that's what you do. All right, so that is it. I hope you learned quite a bit, and I shall see you in class. So I'm going to stop my recording. Have a great